We're going to do a lymphatic drainage for the head and neck, okay? And I find this really helpful for people who have generalized inflammation in the head and neck, such as, neck pain, jaw pain, sinus issues, even like dizziness. This can be really helpful. So the way this works is that we think of the lymphatic system sort of draining back into the heart so that the heart can pump all that yucky stuff out of the body. And we think about it sort of like a gutter system where we want to clear the very end point of the gutter first before we clear everything that's backed up behind it. Kind of think of a gutter that's sort of backed up with leaves. We're going to clear out the exit point first and then everything above so it can all start to drain and clear out. So what that means is that we're going to start here right above the left collarbone. So you're going to find your left collarbone. You're going to go right above it, okay? And a lot of people who are a little bit more backed up in their lymphatic systems, you'll see this is really puffy. On me, it's a little bit puffy here, you can see, more so than it is here. Okay, so you see how this right side is not quite as puffy as this left. So just kind of fun to take note. So we're going to go ahead and give it a rub. So you're going right above that left collarbone. You're going to rub for about 10 seconds. Okay. And when I'm doing this quickly with clients, I'm just sort of doing 10 seconds rubbing and then 10 seconds of tapping. But sometimes when I'm spending more time with it myself, I might spend a little bit longer just because I find that it's helpful. And then we're going to do the other side here. But really, as a minimum, just 10 seconds on each side. Okay, you don't need lotion or anything like that. You can just rub. It actually kind of, the lymphatics sort of like this little bit of friction, and then they really like vibration, which is why we do the tapping. Okay, so we do both sides above the collarbone. That's the first spot. That's the exit point. Okay, then we're going to go right here, sternocleidomastoid muscle that goes from your sternum back behind your ear. Okay, and you're going to kind of scrape on that. I do both sides on this, just why not? You can do one at a time, doesn't really make a difference. Okay, okay, I'm kind of going up behind here. You might find that one side feels a little kind of thicker, more backed up than the other. You can spend more time on that if you want. Okay, all the way down. And then we're going to give that taps. Okay, next spot is underneath the chin and the jawline here. Okay, again, you can go one at a time, or you can go both sides at the same time, up to you. But I really want to make sure you get like kind of underneath that angle there, that jaw, and right underneath that chin. So you're kind of scooping underneath your jawline there. Okay, again, 10 seconds minimum. Give it some taps all the way back up into there. So the idea is that we're creating this flow from here down to here, into here, out the heart, okay? Next spot, it's gonna be right underneath your cheekbone here, okay? So find that cheekbone sort of right in front of your ear, okay? You're gonna do the same thing, okay? Drag. 10 seconds minimum. A lot of people here, I've got jaw issues. You'll feel a little bit of muscular tension there as well. Feel free to work on that if you want. Go ahead and give a few taps. Okay, so we got that flow here to the jaw, to the neck, out the heart, okay? Then we're gonna go into the sinuses. Okay, so we're gonna go through sides of the nose here, and we're gonna scoop it out, okay? Sometimes I'll get kind of that lower part of that orbital there, kind of the bone, okay, kind of scoop through there. That usually feels pretty good if you got some sinus issues going on, okay? And then here I just kind of use fingers because it's like a small sensitive area. Okay. Good. And then we're going to go ahead and what's next? We're going to go temple area. Okay, so above the cheekbone, okay, into this temple area. And for here, I'll kind of bring it into this temporalis muscle here, which is this big muscle that's above your ear here. So I'll kind of fan out into here, and I'll get a little bit of scalp too. Okay, so you can play around with that. Okay, and again, people with jaw pain, you're going to find some tender points, and maybe not even jaw pain, but maybe just jaw issues. You know, maybe their jaw pops and cracks when they open it. Maybe they clench their teeth when they sleep, things like that. Okay, you might find one side or the other or both a little tender, some kind of muscular tension points there. Okay, again with our taps. Okay, so you're going to go in this order every time. Okay, don't mess the order up. Okay, it's there. The order is there for a reason. It's not just random in this case. Okay, so we got everything's flowing back out. Okay, I like to add a little above the eyebrow here, so kind of scooping in this like a crest of the nose area, and then up into the eyebrow. I kind of do a little bit of forehead, a little bit of scalp here. I find that that's helpful. That's sort of an add-on. I learned this from Perry Nicholson, who's a kind of a functional chiropractor. And he has like sort of his points, but I've sort of added a couple more because I find that it helps and I like it. It feels good. All right, so we can just kind of do this. Okay, and then the last one is going to be behind the neck. So the suboccipital area is going to be behind the neck. So where your skull hits your actual neck, right in there, you're going to go ahead, give that some rubs. Okay, again, feel free to travel from that point kind of up the scalp, behind the ear if you want. That usually feels pretty good, especially if you have neck issues. All right, this can really take some pressure off the neck. Okay, and then you're gonna give those some taps as well. Okay, and that's your whole series, so you can spend as much or as little time on that as you want. I also have this tool that I use. It's called a fascia blaster mini, I think. It's the one that's for the face. And I will do this while I'm reading at night. So I'll use this tool that kind of saves my fingers a little bit. And I will go through all of those points. And it just feels really good. And sometimes I'll just kind of travel into some other points as well. Okay, but this is just a nice self tool, especially I found for jaw issues. I talk a lot at work. So this is really, can be helpful for me for releasing some of the muscles in the face that are a little smaller to get to. Okay. You can also use like cupping if you're into that. They have these like small little suction cups, okay? And you usually use a little bit of lotion on these to kind of suck and drag, and that can help to sort of pull and flow those lymphatics down, okay? There's a whole method to that. There's instructions in here. But anyway, just giving you guys some other ideas on how you can use this.